Yeah, how's it going, everyone? Marriland here, and that's right, it's time for more of Marriland's Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Adventure. Last time, I became the champion of the Sinnoh region by defeating Cynthia. And this time, I'm gonna see what the heck is going on over in the Sinnoh region that I've become champion of. Marriland, Barry came looking for you a little while ago. I don't know what it was about, but he was shouting about you needing to get on a ship at Snow Point City. You know how impatient he is. He was gone before I could ask. Anyway, how's it going, kid? Is your project with Professor Owen coming along? Yeah, something like that. I haven't actually checked to see how many Pokemon I have seen. My guess is I only need to see one or maybe two more, because I've been pretty diligent about getting all of the Pokemon. But that's the next goal that you really want to set for yourself. You really want to make sure that you see all 150 Pokemon in the Sinnoh Dex. Or if you've gotten Manaphy, I think it'll be 151 instead. It does change. But you know what? Before doing that, I'm going to fly over to Snow Point City. I'm not going to keep this Barry waiting for 11 years or 14 years or 12 years or however long it was for the original Diamond Adventure. Oh, no. No. But that's fine. Now, I'd still recommend maybe getting your Pokédex before doing this, but I'm gonna do this a little, or getting your National Pokédex before doing this. But it's fine. You can still actually go to the battle zone by talking to this guy here after beating the game. You don't have to have the National Pokédex for this. You can go pretty much immediately. So that's kind of cool. However, you're not going to be able to explore that many places until you get the National Pokédex. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. Oh, hey Marriland, what took you so long? I'm finding you 100 million Pokédollars! Listen up, I'm going to become the greatest trainer ever. That's why I'm here, to toughen up myself and my Pokemon. Hehehe, sorry I couldn't help overhearing that. But the greatest trainer ever, that's going to be really tough, because you're talking about me. To prove it, I'm going to the volcano right now. You look puzzled. You really don't know anything, do you? All right, I'll tell you. This is the battle zone, okay? And its far end, or at its far end, is a volcano. And deep inside that volcano, there's supposed to be a treasure. So, what's the big deal? If I find a treasure first, that'll make me the greatest trainer ever. And that's what I'll do, Marriland. And you too, stranger. That treasure's mine. But before that, I'm going to the battle tower. See ya. That guy just can't stay put, can he? Anyways, howdy, I'm Buck. And if that punk thinks he can beat me, he's got another thing coming. So do you know that zippity-dippity trainer? Nope, not at all. You should chase after the guy and tell him not to underestimate the volcano. Oh, but you know what? You better shape up at the battle tower first. I don't like your chances of getting to the volcano otherwise. Be seeing you. Yeah, you don't really get any experience for going to the battle tower. So, you know, I don't really know what his deal is about that. Is there an item over here? What? Looks like there should be a hidden item. Oh, well, that's fine. Anyway, there's some berries over here. There's 2 Pomeg berries. Ah, just kidding. There's actually 4 Pomeg berries total. And you guessed it, there are 4 Hondu berries as well. All right, there we go. I got my berries. Okay, so that guy up there has the Super Rod. But these 2 aren't going to let me pass until I have the National Pokédex. Howdy, trainer. You have a Pokédex, do you? I bet the person who gave you that Pokédex is waiting for you to fill it completely. Yeah, I bet, huh? Alright, well, he's gonna have to wait a little bit longer, but that is on the game plan for today. There are no pit stops on the road to toughness. I just made that up, but it sounds pretty cool, don't you think? Sure, I guess. Volcanic activity has caused the land around here to become craggy. It's hard enough to hike over such rough terrain, even without all the ups and downs. Yeah, it's not so bad, I guess. I hate this place. I mean, not this house, but just like this battle zone fight area, whatever. This island in the northeast, it's just, I don't like it. I've said that before when I did post-game of Diamond, the original Diamond, fairly recently. The battle zone used to attract only the hardiest of trainers. They were considered eccentric for gathering at a place like this. It's hard to believe how much it's changed since then. Places like the fight area and the survival area just seem to spring up overnight. He was one of those early eccentrics who were around during the first days of the battle zone. Well, I was too. Interesting, I guess. Yeah, I guess you kind of get some lore here. A little bit. I wonder what this place will be like in Legends Arceus. Even from here, we can see the peak of Mount Coronet. Most people didn't notice what happened up there, but I did. But I don't know what took place exactly or anything like that. Yeah, well, I was involved. Everyone's fanatical about battling. Well, you have many words to say, I see. Alright, so I have battled many trainers over the years, and I've gained some confidence in my skills. But the world is still a huge place. In life, there's no such thing as an easy win. The way the battle tower looms, there really is a wall it stands before every trainer. Yeah. Okay, so go over here, and you'll be greeted by a bunch of people saying, oh, it's your first time, we'll give you a point card. That gives you the point card, which you only use in the battle tower. That keeps track of your battle points, your currency that you use here. That's basically it. So, I mean, it's not super useful, but hey. But you know what is super useful? Over in this battle park, I think this is where I can get... Yes! Yes, the thing I've been looking for such a long time! The Razor Fang. So this is the item that can be used to evolve Floaty into a Gliscor. I know, it's like, it's right there. Right there! But unfortunately, I believe I need to wait until nighttime before it will actually work. I think I need to gain a level at night. So yeah, I have a lot of Pokemon that require that. That's kind of weird. I should really double check. I'm not 100% sure that is. I haven't really used a Gliscor, so like I know I've evolved one, but I've forgotten. But needless to say, that is the item I need. It also does have the side effect of sometimes making the foe flinch, kind of similarly to the King's Rock. In fact, it's pretty much identical to the King's Rock as far as its overall effect goes. And both are used for evolving Pokemon. That's kind of neat. I heard that the world's best gather here for battles. This is my chance to get global fame and recognition. Yeah, something like that. Is there anything else over here other than a really interesting camera angle? Doesn't look like it, but it's pretty easy to miss that Razor Fang, so I'm very glad that I got that. I remember that it was there, just taunting you. Kind of unfortunate. I really like Gligar, though. Like, honestly, I feel like Gligar was still a very good choice for my team, and it just kind of goes to show sometimes you don't always need the fully evolved Pokemon for them to still be useful. I mean, she was very useful and had fantastic type coverage with Majesty Jr. here. Now, you know, do I recommend using one? No, but, you know, if you're fine with having a little bit more challenge, it's a pretty good Pokemon. Alright, so anyway, you can buy all sorts of TMs, the good stuff, like the even better stuff than the stuff like Earthquake, okay? But it costs 80 BP. They didn't do anything to make this more affordable. It's ridiculously expensive, and this is not something that casual players are going to be easily able to grind. Like, this is a major complaint I have about this. You know, I don't mind that there's some challenge to stuff, like that's okay, but the problem is these are single-use TMs. This isn't like Sword and Shield where they were TRs, so they're single-use, but you could still get them when you needed them. With this, I mean, it could take hours to get 80 BP just to get one TM. Like, honestly, you could probably learn to speedrun the game and just get TMs that way, but even then you'd need a second Switch or to trade with friends, and it's really time consuming. So I really wish that they would have made an integrity change from the original, because I'm pretty sure those are the prices in the original. It was just a lot more brutal back then. But the thing is, I wish they would have made an integrity change to just lower the cost, because it's unfeasible at this point. Now, they did add a few items that were not in the original. They added the Bottle Cap, Ability Capsule, and Ability Patch. Again, you're probably going to be grinding for years for these, but it is still useful that you can get them. Now, Bottle Caps, I just recommend, I think you can get those with Pickup for high-level Pokemon, and Rare Candies really aren't worth it for 20 BP either. Like, there are faster ways to level up your Pokemon. But these are actually not a terrible deal here. Lucky Egg, kind of unfortunate, but you can find that underground. These items here, the power items, these are very useful for EV training. They cost 10 BP, which I don't remember if that's the cost or if they lowered it a little bit, but it is still nice. Like, you'll want to set this as a target if you're doing anything serious in here. They also have a lot, and I say a lot, of various, like, competitive items. You can get more Razor Claws, Razor Fangs, other, like, evolution items. You can get the mints that change your Pokemon's nature to a certain nature as well, but again, they're kind of expensive. They're 50 BP. And it's not like it permanently changes their nature. I mean, it's kind of permanent, but they still technically have their other nature. It just changes the stats. So it would be as if it had whatever nature mint you gave it. I don't know. It's kind of a grind from what I hear. But anyway, as soon as you go over here, thud! I just got hit by a man who kind of looks like Barry. Barry, you really aged. What the? Whoops, sorry about that. I was in a rush. Oh, wait a second, aren't you? You're Marriland from Twinleaf. Wow, that brings back memories. So if you're here, he can't be far behind. This should be fun. See you. Ow. What the? Oh, hey, Marriland, you came to the battle tower too, huh? I decided to see how I measure up before going to Stark Mountain. But that guy you were just talking to, nah, that's all right. I got here on my own power. It won't take long before I see him. See ya, Marriland. I'm going to toughen up here. All right, well, have fun with that. So that was just where you redeem the prizes, like this building here. But if you go further on, you'll actually find the real battle tower here, not the battle frontier. That's platinum. But it is at least the battle tower. And unfortunately, from what I hear, this is really a bummer too, but I guess they got rid of multi-battles, so you can't even play with a friend if you really wanted. Which I think that would have been kind of fun, but oh well. It is what it is. So I'm not going to be doing this, at least anytime soon. I doubt I will, realistically, but you never know. But you can talk to the various people here to do different stuff. Wait, does that say you earn rare candies? Oh, that's kind of interesting. I haven't actually done this even in Shining Pearl, so I don't really know. I guess if you get some rare candies, that'd be nice, but still, it's like, eh. But something really important, something that you'll probably want to do is you'll want to talk to this guy over here. You look like something of an expert. I'll bet you're just longing to know everything there is about Pokemon, right? Yes, I can tell just by looking at you. Well, you're in luck. I'd like to give you a present that will let you see straight through to a Pokemon's innate strengths. It's called the Judge function. After selecting a Pokemon in the box, press the plus button or minus button to see its potential. With this, you will truly be an expert. Yeah, so just talking with him now unlocks the ability to see Pokemon's IVs, as they're commonly called. But otherwise, I think officially they're called, like, I don't even remember, their potential values or something. But yeah, it's like that. So if it says decent, it's like, eh. If it says no good, that means it's literally the worst it can be. It's at 0. These are a measurement from 0 to 31. With 31 being the absolute max, and on a Pokemon with a completely neutral nature and, you know, no effort values or anything like that, at level 100, a Pokemon with 0 and a Pokemon with 31 in an IV will have a difference of 31. So the Pokemon with a 31 IV, in this case, like this Happiny here, its best means it has 31 speed. Well, that then means at level 100, it will have 31 more points in its speed stat, as opposed to a Pokemon of the same species, but with 0. So that's pretty nice. And of course, this is all proportionate to your level. So at level 50, it's approximately half strength there. You know, I'm not gonna get into the exact formula here and there, but that's a good way of looking at it. It's not like the instant they hit level 100, they get that boost. It's just, it means that's kind of what it corresponds to. And of course, it can go even further with natures. So yeah, really handy to see all this stuff. Again, decent means it's just eh. Very good means it's like, I don't remember where, like 20 or something? I don't remember off the top of my head. Maybe it's even 16. The ones you want to look for, though, specifically, no good means 0, which actually can be useful for either attack or speed. Attack on special attackers, just in case they get confused, they'll hit themselves for a little less damage. And then speed, no good. Wow, this poor Munchlax. Speed, no good, or 0. That's rather helpful for Pokemon with, like, Trick Room teams and stuff. So keep an eye out for those. They're not always that bad. And then you'll want to look for either fantastic or ideally best. Best, like this thing here, it has best, and that means it has perfect IVs in attack, special defense, and speed. So this is definitely something nice to add because this was not very easy to find out in the original games, because you had to go into like Wi-Fi battles and use like a calculator to level your Pokemon up. Like, it was kind of a pain. And to be honest, I know I've kind of been complaining a little bit about, you know, how this is kind of grindy, but let's remember, in Sword and Shield, you actually had to go somewhat far into the battle tower. Like, you had to go a little bit far in before you would even unlock the judge. With this, you could just get the judge right after going into post-game. So that's pretty nice. Okay, so that's that. I'll be able to do more here later, but the real order of business I want to do is I want to do exactly what it says there on my goals list. I want to complete my Pokedex and turn in my report. So chances are, if you're following along with this playthrough, you're going to be missing, well, we'll see, but I know I'm missing at least one Pokemon. So let's find out. Yeah, it looks like exactly one Pokemon. So that's good news, because that means I've actually shown you everything. And you can see that number if you look in the top center. That gray icon means that's the count that you've seen. Whereas the number to the left of that, the 64, that's how many I've actually caught or obtained, like evolved and such. So ideally, you want it to be at either 149 or 150, depending on if you got Manaphy, because Manaphy is considered to be in the Sinnoh Pokédex. So if you have it or if you've seen it, then it will count as, you know, number 151. So in that case, you'll need 151. You can't just go to Rowan and be like, hey, I got them all. So if you have been following along, the one that you're probably missing here is either Dialga if you're playing Pokemon Shining Pearl, or Palkia if you're playing Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. And I'm playing Brilliant Diamond, so I need to see Palkia, but regardless of which version you're playing, the steps are the same. You just need to go over to this little place right here, Celestic Town. It's kind of out of the way, to be honest, but, I mean, not like out of the way, but you wouldn't necessarily think to look there. In fact, I kind of wonder if, you know what, before I go here, I'm just curious if, like, Rowan gives you a hint, because it seems kind of weird to think to go back here. And the game has been okay about giving you hints for things that you need to do, like finding strength, or like in the Lost Tower and stuff. Like, if you forget that, it tells you. Hi, Marriland. You're friends with the Elder of Celestic Town, aren't you? Yeah, there you go. She told me that she had something she wanted to show you. Okay, so I guess that's a hint enough. You see Dawn out there, or Lucas, and that's a hint. So yeah, that's where you need to go. You need to go to the Elder's house, because that's where you'll be able to see a picture of the other legendary Pokemon. And speaking of those legendary Pokemon, after you've defeated the Elite Four and the champion, and entered the Hall of Fame again, even if it's not your first time, like you can do this multiple times if you want, but after you've done that, then you will, you'll be able to refight any of the legendary Pokemon that you knocked out. So let's say I knocked out Azelf or Mesprit or something. They'll respawn and you can fight them again. Well, hello, you look well. I did some research of my own since that spot of trouble last time. Mount Coronet acting up had me very concerned too. Well, this is what I found in the shrine, a book. It's quite old, see for yourself. Ah, yes, there we go. It's a picture of Palkia. It reads, Palkia, the Pokemon that binds the spatial dimensions. It seems that there were two Pokemon in ancient Sinnoh. They respectively stood as symbols of time and spatial dimensions. Yep, and that's all you need to do to see either Palkia or Dialga, depending on which version you're playing. You don't actually need to catch it or anything. Now, I didn't catch Dialga. As I mentioned, it will respawn. I can go back anytime I want to the top of Mount Coronet, and I can fight it again, and hopefully catch it. And if I fail again, well, I can try even further. I just have to beat the Elite Four and the champion once again. So there are a few Pokemon that oftentimes get people stuck, like you don't know where they are. So I'm just gonna show you these two right here. I think you can see Finneon, but Lumineon, I believe, is kind of an optional out-of-the-way one. So I'm gonna put on the screen here where you can find a Lumineon in a trainer battle, because this is one that oftentimes kind of stumps people. Additionally, one that it's not like super hard to miss, but if you didn't go to Iron Island and you didn't go to the basement of the Orberg Gate, you might be missing Riolu here. And Riolu, you can get that at the end of Iron Island. If you do all the stuff there, you can get an egg that has Riolu, or you can go to the basement in the Orberg Gate. There's a veteran trainer there that has a Riolu in his team, and that will count as being seen. So Unown, this is also one that I commonly see people miss. They don't know where it is. What is Pokemon number 114? Where do I see this thing? And it's actually very easy, but it's easy to miss. So it's in a cave. It's in a cave in Sandgem Town. It's in the Sandgem ruins in the east side of town. You can find all sorts of different Unown there because, again, there's 28 different varieties. 2 of them get unlocked after the other 26 have been caught. So, but needless to say, this is where you find Unown, all of its different varieties there. So that's one that I know a lot of people, they don't know where it is. They're like, where is this Pokemon? I just don't know. I've been looking all over for it. And lastly, as far as trouble Pokemon, like ones that people are like, where is this thing? And usually they can figure out what it is because it's right before Drifloon, which you're guaranteed to have seen because one of the Elite Four members has it. Flint has a Drifloon. So Drifloon, again, if you didn't find Drifloon in the Valley Windworks, then you have to wait until Friday if you haven't seen it now, because the only trainer in the game, well, there's 2 trainers in the game, at least in the, the main storyline, that would have a Drifloon in their team, and they're both inside of the Heart Home Gym. So if you ended up getting a wrong answer in one of the questions there, you might have that Drifloon unlocked. But a lot of people, they don't think, oh, I just want to answer these correctly. I want to do a good job. So you don't fight any optional trainers in the Heart Home Gym because you're like good at math, and you won't end up seeing this thing. And if you don't go back to get it on Friday, you won't see it either. So that's like, I think that's pretty much the last of the kind of troublesome, out of the way ones. Like, there are still a few, I'm sure, but, it's reasonably easy. I might someday do a video showing, like, just where to see each and every one of them. I did something similar to that with Platinum. It was very useful. But those 3 that I just showed you there, those are probably the more troublesome ones. And again, you have to have seen the Pokemon of the lakes, too. Like, Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf here. Like, you have to have actually fought them. You don't have to have caught them, but, chances are you'll want to anyway. Okay, so that covers that. Let me go ahead and fly on over to Sandgem Town, because now I have seen all of the Pokemon in the Sinnoh region. Hopefully that has helped you see them as well. Hopefully there aren't any that are missing for you beyond what I just showed you. But yeah, so let's go ahead and talk to Rowan. Ah, Marriland! You've come to show me your progress on the Pokédex, yes. So you've seen 151 Pokemon. Bravo, Marriland! You've recorded all the Pokemon of Sinnoh in your Pokédex. This will help immeasurably with my studies on Pokemon evolution. Greetings, Professor Rowan. It's been a very long time. I'll tell you, Sinnoh certainly is a long trip from Kanto. Of course, if it means meeting new Pokemon, there's no distance too great for the likes of us to travel. Oh, if it isn't my old colleague, Professor Oak. I should have expected as much from the world's authority on Pokemon. We always used to joke, where there are Pokemon, you'll find Oak. It's good to see that hasn't changed one bit. Professor Oak, let me introduce you to my young assistant. This youngster has filled every page of the Sinnoh Pokédex for me. Very well, very glad to meet you. As you've heard, my name is Oak. I've been hearing a great deal about you from Professor Rowan lately. He's been exuberant in praise about a fantastic young trainer. I see that you live up to, no, that you've surpassed his praise. You've also got an impeccable sense of timing. You see, I had an errand to run for Professor Rowan on my visit here. He asked me to bring the data for the National Pokédex. So, since you're here, let me upgrade your Pokédex with the National mode. After all, there are many kinds of Pokemon in this world of ours. Yay, your Pokédex is upgraded with the National mode. He didn't even need to grab my Pokédex or anything. He could do it just with his eyes. I'm afraid it won't be easy to complete the National Pokédex. However, I'm sure you will make an honest attempt on our behalf. Have no fear, Marriland will get the job. That's Rowan. Have no fear, Marriland will get the job done. By the way, Professor Oak, what compelled you to visit this region? Ah, yes, I've heard that Ramanus Park is now open. If I remember correctly, it's at the end of Route 221. Ramanus Park has a special system that attracts every imaginable kind of Pokemon from every region. I've come to make certain that system is operating properly. Marriland, you should make an effort to visit Ramanus Park too. Oops, I'll be late for my meeting if I don't get going. Okay, it was a pleasure seeing the both of you. Bye now. Off he goes, as busy as ever. Now, Marriland, I have a gift here as your reward for completing the Sinnoh Pokédex. The Poke Radar! Yay! That's the Pokemon Radar, or just Poke Radar for short. Use it and it will indicate grass patches where Pokemon are lurking. I had prepared that to help my field assistants put together the Sinnoh Pokédex, but you took care of that. I'm sure it'll be useful for your goal of filling the National Pokédex. Yeah, it will definitely help. There are some Pokemon you can only find in the wild using the, Whoa, there's a hole. Using the Poke Radar. Hi. Hi there, it's been a while. When I heard that you defeated the Elite Four and entered the Hall of Fame, I rushed straight here to congratulate you. How did you know I'd be here? I mean it, great job. All the other gym leaders are really happy for you too. But you know, we gym leaders aren't going to take this lying down. Losing to you is rough on all of us, yet we still have our pride as Sinnoh's 8 gym leaders. Now we're all determined to beat you this time. So if you don't mind, could you give us all another chance at the Pokemon battle? We'll each be waiting for you at our own gyms. You know where to find me, Oreburgh Gym. Yeah, so you can rematch the gym leaders now. It's pretty cool. And from what I've seen, they're actually pretty tough. They have very intense teams that are very well put together. Like, they will not be pushovers or jokes. They'll probably mop the floor with my team right now, but that's fine. I'm not gonna be fighting them right away because there's so much to do now. I'm just going to let you know there's so much that unlocks after getting the National Pokédex. There are a lot of legendary Pokemon to find. There are a lot of optional areas to go to. There's this whole kind of story arc on the battle zone up here, like in this kind of area, which I'll do at some point. I just wanted to get the Razor Fang here. The underground has a lot more Pokemon now, and they're all like level 60 plus, so that's pretty cool. There's Ramanus Park, you can get some legendaries there with some stuff. There's, what else? You know, the battle tower to do things in. There's the park here. What is it called? The Trophy Garden. There's swarms. There's all sorts of stuff. So again, it's not something I'm going to be talking about like in great depth this episode, but over the next few episodes, you know, I'll go through some of it, you know, and it's not like we're gonna tackle everything at once. So, you know, just understand it's kind of non-linear at this point. I will, you know, go through bits and pieces here and there and, you know, just kind of have some fun along the way, just do some stuff. But we'll try to get to about everything. And, you know, I don't know the order I'll be doing stuff in, but, you know, we'll take a look at stuff. But anyway, that's going to do it for now. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you on the next episode of Marriland's Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Adventure. See you next time, everyone.